poppin', gang? Hope everybody here. Hope y'all got it. This is Smoking with Peso. Cue the intro.
Walk up on them with that boom and let them have it. Come here, nigga. These niggas pussy, I'm a...
So we got this rising pop star model killed. You know what I'm saying? I guess they trying to rob her or whatever. I don't know. I go off the titles. But yeah, man. Y'all know we don't like to waste too much time. I ain't gonna waste too much time with this one. We're gonna dive right into this. So I want to kind of, I'm interested with this one. But remember to like, share, subscribe, ring that bell, man, so y'all get all post notifications. As y'all see, yeah, I ain't wearing merch, man. I got still trying to get over this flu, man. Fully, it's like still on my chest, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you hear it? So once I get that cleared, right back to normal, baby. But yeah, man, let's dive right into this thing. Let's get it.
Do that walk down the stairs one more time, brother. Hold on, start from that middle. Yeah, start from that middle. There you go. When I say action, you walk down. And action. Walk down, yeah.
I want to give a huge shout out to all my followers, all my supporters, anybody that has streamed Hot Topic, Hardaway, or Risky. I love you and thank you. Shout out to my team, Music the Label. Shout out to all my producers, my engineers, everybody that's been putting in work. We had 500,000 views on YouTube, 3 videos in. All 3 videos got 100K and up, and I'm finna drop again. When that heat ain't on, put that Montclair on.
She was on the verge of something great. A young artist who had overcome her past and was finally stepping into the spotlight. Her music touched hearts, her charisma lit up rooms, and she was determined to change the game. Not just for herself, but for her family and her city. But in a single moment, it was all taken away. A life filled with promise extinguished in the blink of an eye. What led to this senseless tragedy? Was it jealousy? A setup, or just the wrong place at the wrong time? The answers are far from simple, and the truth might surprise you. This isn't just a story about a crime. It's about ambition, transformation, and the dark side of fame. Late one evening, she was rushed to the emergency room, clinging to life. Her companion, miraculously unharmed. But why? What really happened inside that car, and who pulled the trigger? This is a story of what could have been, and what was lost.
Wait, what? So they both in the car. I mean, I guess it's possible for you to get hit and your people get in the car and they not get hit. I mean, yeah, that would make it targeted. But bullets that got names on them. So if we in the car, bro, right? We in the car, right? We riding. We in the car. We stop at a stoplight. Somebody pull up beside, somebody cut us off, right? Somebody jump right in front of us, stop, right? So it's us, boom. Somebody stop right in front of us, boom. They hop out. They get the blowing. Boom, 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 boom. If they not hitting one side of the windshield, let's see.
A rising star with dreams of redemption, a family left shattered, and a crime so brazen it left even seasoned investigators stunned. By the end of this video, you'll know the truth. The story of a young life caught in a whirlwind of hope and heartbreak. But I'll warn you, it's not easy to hear. Welcome to Mind Twist True Crime Stories, where all our stories are based on true crimes. Kindly support us by subscribing to this. She wasn't just making music, she was creating a movement. Courtney Bruce, better known as Boog the Bandit, a 26-year-old fast-rising pop star, was on the brink of something extraordinary. In a city where breaking out of the underground scene is a fight against the odds, she was a rising star in Columbus, Ohio, carving her own path and refusing to conform to expectations. But her journey wasn't a typical one. Before she ever stepped into a recording booth, she was already in the spotlight. Boog began as a model, working with big names like Chris Brown's Black Pyramid Clothing and Rob Kardashian's Arthur George brand. She had the look, the style, and the confidence, but for her, it wasn't enough. Boog wanted to be more than just a face. She wanted to be a voice, So she made a bold move. She shifted gears and pursued a career in music. And from the moment she dropped her first single, it was clear this wasn't a gamble. It was her calling. Her songs weren't just catchy, they were raw, emotional. In 2020, she released Hot Topic, a track that quickly gained traction. This wasn't just a local success. The song racked up over 100,000 views on YouTube, drawing attention far beyond Columbus. But Boog didn't stop there. She followed up with Hardaway and Risky in 2021, solidifying her place as an artist to watch. Each track showcased her unique ability to balance vulnerability with strength. She wasn't afraid to talk about loneliness, heartbreak, or her desire for love, things most artists shy away from. Her style wasn't like anything Columbus had seen before. Inspired by global sensations like Justin Bieber and Billie Eilish, Boog blended elements of pop and rap to create something entirely her own. She called herself a pop star, but her authenticity resonated deeply, making her a standout in the rap scene. The industry noticed. Big names like DJ Academics and fellow Ohio native Trippie Redd started paying attention. She wasn't just making music, she was becoming a symbol of what was possible for artists in her city. But behind the music there was a deeper story. One of redemption. One of a young woman trying to escape her past and create a future for herself and her family. A future that was cut short. She was poised for greatness. So why did it all end so suddenly? What happened to Boog the Bandit? And who's really responsible for taking her away from the world before she could reach her full potential? Comment below, what do you think happened that night? And stay with me, because the truth behind...
You ain't tell us nothing. What you mean? Don't make us guess now. We don't even know the whole situation. How we gonna guess when we don't even know what's going on? All we know is it was one other person in the car. We don't know if the bullets came inside the car, the gun was shot from inside the car. Like, come on, bro. We gotta know the bullet holes or the bullet holes. You know what I'm saying? If it's not bullet holes in the car, well, we know who did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You gotta give us more information than that.
Behind her rise and her fall is just beginning to unfold. This story took place in Columbus, Ohio, which is the capital city of the state of Ohio. It is located in the central part of the state, on the banks of the Scioto River. Columbus is the largest city in Ohio, with a population of over 900,000 people. Columbus is a major center of government, education, and culture. It is home to the Ohio State University, one of the largest universities in the United States. Columbus is also home to the Ohio State House, the State Capitol Building, and the Columbus Museum of Art. However, the rate of gun violence in Columbus is higher than the national average. In 2021, there were 166 homicides in Columbus, of which in 2021, there were 166 homicides in Columbus, of which 138 were caused by firearms, and Courtney was the 75th victim. This was an increase from 157 homicides in 2020. There are a number of factors that contribute to the high rate of gun violence in Columbus. These include the easy availability of guns, poverty, and gang violence. The city is taking steps to address the problem of gun violence. These include investing in community-based violence prevention programs, increasing police presence in high-crime areas, and strengthening gun laws. Before the music, before the spotlight, there was a young woman fighting to reclaim her life. Courtney Bruce wasn't always known as Boog the Bandit. In 2019, she walked out of prison after serving 2 years for conspiracy to commit bank fraud. Her future? Uncertain. Her reputation? Tarnished. But Courtney wasn't about to let her past define her. That experience became a turning point, a moment where she could either sink or rise, and she chose to rise. Music wasn't just a career choice for her, it was a lifeline. When she stepped into the studio, she poured her soul into every lyric. Her songs were more than entertainment. They were a reflection of her pain, her mistakes, and her longing for something better. She didn't shy away from vulnerability. Instead, she embraced it. Through tracks like Lonely and Hardaway, she opened up about her struggles and connected with listeners on a personal level. For Boog, music was her way of rebuilding, not just her career, but her identity. But that wasn't the only transformation in her life. On Valentine's Day, she made a decision that marked a fresh start, not just in her music, but in her soul. She was baptized, publicly declaring her desire to leave the mistakes of her past behind. In her own words, "You're not going anywhere in life with God not leading you." For Courtney, this wasn't just symbolic. It was her way of saying, "I'm ready to move forward." Her music started to gain traction. People were listening. The industry was watching. Courtney Bruce was becoming Boog the Bandit, a name that represented hope, resilience, and the possibility of redemption.
Really?
But while she was rebuilding her life, forces beyond her control were beginning to take shape. Forces that would lead to a shocking and tragic end.
Boog the Bandit.
What happened next would leave those who knew her asking, was her transformation enough to escape the shadows of her past? Or was she pulled back in, just as she was starting to rise? Comment below, do you believe people can truly escape their past? And stay with me as we uncover the events that would turn her inspiring story into a devastating mystery. May 20th, 2021. A day that should have been ordinary, but it wasn't. Courtney Bruce, the rising artist known as Boog the Bandit, was sitting in a car on Dort Place in Columbus, Ohio. Beside her was a 25-year-old companion.
All right, we finna play it out.
The neighborhood of Columbus, Ohio. Beside her, the bandit, was sitting in a car on Dort Place in Columbus, Ohio. Beside her was a 25-year-old companion. The neighborhood was quiet, but that calm was about to shatter. Without warning, a group of armed men approached the vehicle. They weren't there to talk. The scene turned tense as weapons were drawn, and what began as an attempted robbery escalated within seconds. Multiple shots rang out. In the chaos, Boog was struck. Her companion, unharmed, didn't wait for help. He raced her to Mount Carmel East Hospital, desperate to save her life. By the time they arrived, it was too late. At just 26 years old, Courtney Bruce was pronounced dead at 6:11 p.m. What was the motive? Why was she targeted? These questions lingered, but the answers weren't immediately clear. What we do know is that this wasn't just a robbery gone wrong. This was the end of a life that had only just begun to shine.
So like, is y'all trying to say she got set up, like, by her people? Or what?
Do you think this was random, or could it have been planned? And stay with me as we uncover the investigation, the suspects, and the shocking revelations that followed.
She had the shoe game
Police worked to figure out who shot a local rapper on the city's east side just yesterday. Investigators say someone fired a number of shots at 26-year-old Courtney Bruce while she was sitting in a car with a man on Dort Place.
NBC4's Alan Henry joins us now live from the newsroom. Alan, you talked to some of her friends that are, of course, mourning her death today.
That's right, Brett. Not just friends, but also fans. Courtney Bruce was a local rapper who was just starting to make a serious mark on the music industry. Now, those who knew her are also mourning the loss of her potential to change the world.
Hey, what's good, Columbus? It's your girl, Boog the Bandit. I'm chilling with your boy, DJ IQ.
On the airwaves of 106.7, Courtney Bruce was known as Boog the Bandit.
Her music, you know, she wanted to use her platform for good, and that spoke on her character.
That was kind of wavy, boy. That was... Hey, that's wavy, boy. I think I'll listen to that.
You know, every time I saw her, it was good energy.
DJ IQ says he was with Bruce Wednesday afternoon, talking about her future plans in the industry.
She played us every song she had, even the songs nobody heard. They were great. Pop music, reggae, hip hop, she had everything. And she was just preparing, you know, for her blow up. A day later, I get a call.
According to Columbus police, Bruce was fatally shot by a group of armed men during an attempted robbery, becoming the city's 75th homicide this year.
And the fact that we're already at 75 is tragic. And the fact that we have so many, it's really hard sometimes to keep track of. These are actually people that have families and loved ones behind them.
Columbus police have stepped up staffing in the homicide division, but say they can only do so much. The real solution, they say, has to be a community one.
Wrong time, wrong place, but we gotta stop. This is crazy. We're killing each other way too much. This is a pandemic right here.
So 80% of our homicide victims and suspects are typically young black men. And being a black man myself, this offends me incredibly. And if it does not offend you as a black person in this community, and you don't find a way to passionately figure out how we can reduce it, you are also part of the problem.
Columbus police have not publicly named any suspects in the shooting death of Bruce. The case at this time remains open.
The 3700 block of Dort Place in Columbus, Ohio, just another street to most, but on May 20th, 2021, it became a site of chaos and tragedy. As the police arrived, the car where Boog the Bandit had been sitting was gone, driven away in a desperate attempt to save her life. But the crime scene told its own story. Shell casings littered the pavement. Witnesses reported hearing gunfire, but beyond that, the neighborhood fell silent, either out of fear or because no one...
So, hold on, bro. Again, how do that many shots get let off into a car? And I'm guessing they was close range because they was trying to rob her. This ain't making sense.
No one saw enough to say more. The investigation began immediately. Detectives combed through the evidence left behind, ballistics, surveillance footage from nearby streets, and the statements of anyone who might have seen what happened. The break came days later, a turning point in the case. Authorities identified 22-year-old Kyson Murphy as a suspect. His name was tied to the crime through evidence and witness testimonies. He was charged with murder and aggravated robbery, accused of orchestrating the violent encounter that took Boog's life. But questions still remained. What was the motive behind this attack? Was this a planned robbery, or did something else lead to this deadly confrontation? What do you think led to Boog being targeted?
Bro,
days after the...
Wait till the end of the video to ask us this, bro. Stop asking us right now, bro. We don't know. Tell us more information first. Golly, bro, tell us more information. Then ask us what we think. Can we do that? Can we do that, please? Can we get more information and then you ask us to comment below and tell us what we think? Tell you what we think? Tell us what we think. So you got me messing my words up, bro. You know you mad when you can't talk.
Brutal killing of Courtney Bruce, known to the world as Boog the Bandit. Authorities made a breakthrough.
It's like he repeated
On May
himself.
27th, 2021, they announced the arrest of 22...
At this point, you ain't gotta say Courtney known as Boog the Bandit. We know Courtney is Boog the Bandit and Boog the Bandit is Courtney. We know them the same people. You ain't gotta keep saying that, gang.
Year-old Kyson Murphy. Murphy was charged with murder and aggravated robbery, accused of being directly involved in the events that led to Boog's tragic death. Investigators pieced together the case with eyewitness accounts, surveillance footage, and other evidence linking Murphy to the crime scene on Dort Place. The charges were severe. If convicted, Murphy could face a life-altering sentence. Authorities described the attack as an attempted robbery gone wrong, but the details still left many unanswered questions.
Police have arrested a 22-year-old man and charged him with the death of a Columbus rapper. Kyson Murphy is charged with murder and aggravated robbery. He's accused of shooting and killing Courtney Bruce, known by her stage name, Boog the Bandit. Shooting and killing
They kind of look alike.
Courtney Bruce, known by her stage name, Boog the Bandit. Bruce was killed during an attempted robbery back in May. Murphy is currently being held at the Franklin County Jail.
Columbus police revealed that Kyson Murphy orchestrated the meeting that ultimately turned deadly. According to Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Lee Bayer, the meeting was under the pretense of a drug deal and a potential rap video project. Court records indicate that the attackers robbed the man accompanying...
Ain't this the same thing that just happened to Famous Richard? Bro, man, look, bro. Once I blow, you want to do business with me? We gotta be broad daylight. We gotta be somewhere in public. You know what I'm saying? Like all this nighttime movement ain't gonna work for me. After a certain time, homeboy, I'm in the crib. Don't call me. Leave me alone. I'll call you back tomorrow.
Courtney.
Don't try to call me. What? It's starting getting darker. Like what? 5:36 right now. Don't call me at no 6:30 talking about, hey, can we link and talk about this business project or this content we trying to create? What? No, bro. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm playing Madden. You know what I'm saying? I'll talk to you tomorrow. Call me tomorrow morning, and then let's schedule it tomorrow morning, and let's schedule it for somewhere before 4:30. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna be somewhere public, somewhere at the store. You know what I'm saying? Store parking lot, a bank parking lot, whatever. Like, come on, man. Y'all gotta move smarter, not harder. It's chess, not checkers. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you got a name like that. You know what I'm saying? When you got a name that people want to work with and all of that, you gotta be careful. You gotta be cautious. You gotta move militant. You know what I'm saying?
Bruce, known as Boog the Bandit, of his cash, jewelry, and cell phone. When Bruce resisted, Sincere McIntyre shot her. Bayer stated that the assailants then took $13,000 in cash from her. The man with Bruce was unharmed and rushed her to Mount Carmel East Hospital, leaving her at the entrance. Tragically, she was pronounced dead shortly after, around 6 p.m. Authorities later made 2 additional arrests. McIntyre and another man, William, ultimately confessed to their involvement in the 2021 murder of the rising Columbus rapper to avoid a trial. Sincere McIntyre, 20, pleaded guilty to murder in Franklin County Common Pleas Court. Jumata Williams II, 22, admitted to involuntary manslaughter and aggravated robbery. Both acknowledged their roles in the robbery and fatal shooting of 26-year-old Courtney Bruce on May 20, 2021. Judge Jasa Page sentenced McIntyre to life in prison with parole eligibility after 18 years. Williams received a sentence of 20 to 25.5 years. These sentences were part of plea agreements recommended by the prosecution. Kyson Murphy, who pleaded guilty earlier in August 2021 to involuntary manslaughter and robbery, awaits sentencing. Prosecutors have suggested a prison term of 12 to 16.5 years. Additionally, all 3
Yeah, he was a snitch. Yeah, he was the rat.
defendants
He bit the cheese.
were ordered
He had a Pepsi and Italian beef.
to repay the $13,000 stolen from Bruce,
I got one more. Go ahead, paint that boy hair colorful and call him 6'9".
which has yet to be recovered. During the hearing, Wanda Bruce, Courtney's mother, spoke about her daughter's aspirations, describing her as someone striving for a better future. She wasn't perfect, but she was on her way, Wanda said. In an emotional address, Wanda expressed frustration over the sentences, stating she wished for harsher penalties. Why do they get to live their life, and my baby doesn't? She questioned. As she spoke, Wanda swayed visibly, directing her words at McIntyre and Williams in a courtroom filled with supporters for the defendants, outnumbering those present for Courtney Bruce. Both Williams and McIntyre apologized to Bruce's family during the proceedings.
Now, also in Columbus, a young woman was shot and killed last night. This one happened near East Livingston Avenue and Beechwood Road on Dort Place. Crime Tracker 10's Lacey Chris spoke exclusively with the up-and-coming rapper's mom.
She had a big personality and a big future ahead of her. That's how Courtney Bruce, better known as Boog the Bandit's mom, described the up-and-coming rapper.
She almost made it.
Wanda Bruce says her 26-year-old daughter was stubborn, but loved rapping.
Courtney was a hot tomato. Spicy. Hot.
Oh yeah, 1747. I want to see something.
21, solidifying her place as an artist to watch. Each track showcased her unique ability to balance
spicy, hot.
I guess he doing that with his
determined. True to her nature, she knew who she was.
Courtney was in her car on her way to do someone's hair, her mom said. Columbus police say in an attempted robbery, a group of...
Was she gonna do her, or was she gonna talk business? See, this is why I don't like these type of situations, because we hearing 2 different stories. I mean, it don't matter what happened, but I mean, we want to know what happened. Is what we're here for. You know what I'm saying? We want to know what happened. So, was she going to do somebody her, or was she talking business?
Of men with guns surrounded the car on Dort Place and started assaulting the rapper. Witnesses say they heard 2 shots. Then they heard the car drive off. Then they heard another shot.
For her to get pistol whipped me, and shot in the chest, and multiple times I heard, that wasn't called for. Even though she put up a fight.
Wanda says she never thought her daughter would be taken like this.
No.
But she did worry about her safety.
I always been nervous because I'm a mom. I always worry about her safety, her being small, petite.
She says her daughter's rapping career was taking off and that Courtney was planning on moving to Atlanta, but stayed to take care of Wanda. The grieving mother tells me her daughter would have been safer in Atlanta.
When you're trying to climb out of the pit, it was somebody trying to pull you down.
She says she doesn't want Courtney to be remembered as another homicide statistic.
She was loved. Even through her tribulation and trials and stuff, she tried to make the best of things. She made mistakes. We all do.
When news of Courtney Bruce's death broke, the grief was immediate and overwhelming. To those closest to her, she wasn't just Boog the Bandit, the rising star. They knew her as a daughter, a sister, a friend with an unshakable determination to build a better life. Her mother, Lisa Harrington, spoke through tears about the dreams she had for her daughter. Boog had always envisioned using her success to support her family. She often said her biggest goal was to buy her mother a home, a dream she was actively working toward when her life was cut short. Friends and collaborators in the hip-hop world expressed their shock and devastation. Boog's music was more than just entertainment. It was her story, her way of sharing her struggles and victories. She was on the brink of stardom, and they knew her voice had the potential to change lives. Her passing sent ripples through Columbus. Fans gathered at vigils, lighting candles and playing her music in her honor. The city mourned not just a rising talent, but a young woman who had been trying to rise above her circumstances, only to have it all stolen in an instant. Boog the Bandit's story is a stark reminder of how fragile life can be. One moment, filled with promise and ambition. The next, a life cut short. Her rise to fame was no accident. It was built on resilience, raw talent, and the dream of a better future. But her tragic end highlights a harsh reality. The systemic challenges faced by emerging artists are as dangerous as they are unrelenting. What can be done to change this? How do we protect rising stars like Boog, who dream of transforming their lives and uplifting those around them? How do we create safer spaces where talent isn't extinguished before it has the chance to shine? And if you haven't already, like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear her story, and subscribe for more true crime stories that
Alright, so basically, bro, like I was gonna say, this is why when people make it, bro, they don't like to do business with a lot of people, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, look at her, look at Famous Richard. You know what I'm saying? People hate. You know what I'm saying? People gonna hate on you. You know what I'm saying? So when Big Peso make it, bro, like I said, bro, I don't care what it is. Look at the one rapper dude that ended up getting killed, but he lived that night. Went on an interview. Y'all know who I'm talking about. And was talking about it and took pictures where it happened and ended up dying later on, like a day later or something like that. Like look at him. You know what I'm saying? Look at all these people that supposed to did business with somebody at nighttime. Where some weird off the walls happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, when Big Peso make it, Big P made it, bro, my cutoff time to meet is 4:30. So if you ain't called me, if you ain't scheduled something by 4, by 3, not even by 4, by 3, because 30 minutes, that's me trying to scramble and I'm not even thinking straight. Nope. By 3. If you ain't hit me about 2:30, 3 o'clock, just wait until tomorrow, man. Wait until the sun come up. Once the sun come up, hit my line. You know what I'm saying? My condolences to her family, man. That's it for this video. I'm probably gonna do a Famous Richard video too. I'm probably gonna drop this one and the Famous Richard video together. Not together, but on the same day. I'm not completely sure how I'm gonna do that yet. But like I said, man, that's it for this video. Peso gang, we gone, and I'll see y'all on the next one. You dig? Oh yeah, and RIP Courtney, man. Yeah, for sure. You dig?